Hi, I'm Alicia Marie. I am going to demonstrate one type of coaching model so that you can get a sense of what coaching might look like. Some things to remember is that it's my job to be the facilitator, not the keeper of the knowledge. My player today, or coachee, is Fafi, and I have no idea what she's going to say. So I am going to ask her what she wants coaching around, and I'm going to coach her. We are going to stop at different points in the recording so I can point to what I'm doing. Why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
What would you like coaching around today?
Well, business related. You know, my husband and I just took over a new car wash. And so it's a new industry for us, new kind of everything. So maybe we can touch on something concerning that.
Okay, so you want to talk about the car wash. You just started it. And it's new.
It's new. So we actually bought an existing car wash. It's 9 years old. And we just took over in November.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, we
You
made
seem excited.
Yeah, it's been good.
Okay.
But, you know, it's a complete new industry, customer service, interaction, all that.
So that's a pretty broad topic. Let's narrow it down.
Okay.
If we were to form a question around this business, what are you curious about?
How to drive, you know, how do we get more foot traffic to our car wash? You know, we do have a competitor.
Okay.
So how do we get their business?
Okay. So how do we drive more business from the competitor to our business?
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, that would be.
Okay. And what would you like to get from this conversation?
Maybe some tools I can take with me to kind of, you know, when we're dealing with customers or employees, or when my husband and I are like troubleshooting the operation side of it all, being able to see it with like a more mature look or on fresh eyes or something.
Okay. What I heard was you want some tools to be able to look at your business that you can use with your husband that will give you some perspective or fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, something different. That's not just like what I'm bringing or what he's bringing, but.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for a way to have something that's going to support you in perspective around this business, specifically around driving business from the competitor to your business. Is that right? Okay. All right, good. And how will you know we got that in this conversation?
I don't know how I'll know that we got it, but I'm interested in having things like unlocked in me and new revelations about business, about how to handle things. I'm interested in that.
Yeah,
too.
I can tell. You're so lit up. So when you have a revelation, how do you know you're having a revelation?
It just like bears witness. It's like just in my soul. Like,
so you feel it?
yes.
Okay, where do you feel it?
My mind, my body,
Okay.
you know.
You know what that feeling feels like? Okay, so we're going for that?
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. All right, great. What a lot of coaches will do is they'll fail to take the time to really understand what is on the table to be discussed and what the client or player really wants from the conversation. So I'm asking myself, am I clear about what this conversation is about and what she wants? And the answer is yes, I think I am. And she's confirmed that. So we're going to move on. Growth and development cannot occur without a gap. So let's discuss the gap. So you have a way of looking at your business that provides perspective and fresh eyes. You can use this with your husband and is specific to how to drive traffic from your competitor to your business. Yes? I'd like for you to imagine that you've had that for well over a year. What does that make possible?
Well, first seeing results more so than we are right now.
Like what?
Like just statistics, you know, how much we've grown every month, which we're seeing that. We're seeing growth every month, more car washes, more members signing up. So we have some proof, but I guess if we've had it for a year, it would reveal to me if we're actually doing things right. Like being able to trace it back to, are we spending our energies and efforts in the right areas?
Gotcha. Okay. So let's go. Actually, I want you to stand in the future.
Okay.
And yeah, you can close your eyes if you want.
Yeah.
But stand there and tell me, what can you now see because you've had this for a year? What do you see?
That it's easier.
Okay, good. So it's gotten easy.
That, we're marketing right, and our customer service is like top notch.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay, and when you see customer service top notch, what are you envisioning?
On my end, I know I want everyone to be greeted with this smile, a wave. I want them to feel special, even just coming through the car wash. Like I want them to just feel like they matter for that short time they're at our business.
So you can see that customers are having an experience of being seen, and that you, even just for that short amount of time, it's like your presence here makes a difference, and vice versa. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Okay, stay in that vision, okay? What else can you see? Look at your numbers. What can you see? It's a year from now. Customers are happy. They come just because of the way they're treated. Traffic has increased. What numbers do you see around this?
I could see an increase of like 25,000 if we can do it.
Okay. So you're now seeing an increase of over 25,000
a month.
A month. Okay. Sure?
Yeah, because
So you've seen an increase of, you're now annualized, you're on track to do over 300,000, correct? Okay. What else do you see?
I see, like, as far as the look goes, the car wash being totally revamped and improved with the machinery and chemicals and equipment. And I see our brand, which is, we're called the Local Wash, because we care about community. We care about that community.
Yes.
And I see us engaging in that community to help, to be there, a business that's not just about them, but that can be outward.
Yes.
And prove that, I see that. Like, we're at the beginning phases now, but if I'm looking in a year and we stick with it, I see fruit.
Stay
from
there.
that.
Stay in
Yes,
that future.
I see
I'm going to
fruit
keep
from
you there.
that. Okay.
So you're at well over 300,000. You've become a business that makes a difference in the community and a place where your community wants to come. And people have this experience of really being seen. And even if they're only there for a moment, they're making a difference, and you're making a difference for them. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you see?
I see us not having to be there every day, all day.
Okay. Well, so what do you see?
I see us maybe taking, hiring the right people to run it daily, where we can, really step into what we kind of initially bought the car wash for, which is to kind of have that passive income and, and all that kind of financial security.
Yes.
But I can see us maybe there.
Okay.
Getting there.
All right, so stay in that future.
Stay in the future.
Don't crawl back here into the present.
No.
Stay in that future. This has happened.
Okay, it's happened.
I'm going to talk to the future you.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. And what I heard is what lights you up is the connection to the community and who you guys are for the community. And I really hear also that your life is enriched because of the difference that you've made, and you're able to take just as much time for yourself and your family as well as a business. Is that right? Okay. All right. Wonderful. And why is all of this important to you?
I value feeling accomplished and that I'm making a difference in people and impacting them, even on a small scale, like it just connecting. That's really what I love to do. So I thrive off that really with this. So many customers come through and we're dealing with so many people every day. And it's always fun for me, that part of it, even the annoying ones, Yeah.
Okay, so stay there. And from that place, what is it you can, and if you need to close your eyes, but what is it that you watched, when you were watching the business, what did you watch carefully that allowed you to arrive in this place?
Our product.
Okay. Say more about that.
Like if it's is it a good car wash?
Okay.
Is it good chemicals?
Okay.
Do they work?
Okay.
Are they watered down? You
Okay.
know?
All right.
Those details.
So quality of product, you kept your eye on that. And what did you actually watch to keep an eye on that?
Using different chemicals, sometimes the ratios are different because some are more potent than the other. So watching kind of that reaction on the cars and if it dries quicker and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then are there less accidents?
Okay.
You know, sometimes with the rearview mirrors or, you know, whatever.
Okay. So you really watched quality and quality control and how the cars flow through and the chemicals and everything to do with that. Yes? And from a big perspective, as the owners, even if you're not there, how do you know that's working?
I would say because we deal with so many customers, their feedback.
Okay. All right. So you have built in a feedback mechanism with your customers around this. What did you put in place?
That's good. We put in place the openness with our customers to feel like they can say, hey, you know, my car was extra muddy this time and my wheel well, it didn't get it all. Or
Yeah.
like they could openly say, hey, you know, we wish that the car wash would have done a better job this time.
Right. So how did you do that consistently?
At the beginning, it was like asking people, every person, like, how's your car wash? Are you happy with this? We're new owners. We're making changes. You know, we want to make sure that our customers are happy.
Okay.
That's important.
Okay. So in the beginning, you did a lot of being there and asking so people knew they could give you that feedback. Now that it's a year later and people are going through, how do you know that they're still happy and you're getting that feedback?
I would say by their complaints or their, you know, them not complaining, or by knowing that our product and our method is good. And so there's no cracks in that.
Yeah.
If that makes
It's squishy.
Yeah.
So so stay there in that future. You've already done this, right? You're at over 300,000. You can now walk away from the business and know that the quality of that wash is as good as it can be. And you have a way of knowing when it's not. And you're not there. What did you put in place? So it may be feedback, but what did you put in place that gives you instant feedback or gives you feedback on a regular basis?
Manager.
Tell me about that.
The right person for that role when we're not there all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you could be a manager, absolutely. And so you train them to ask. Yes?
Yeah.
Any other ideas?
None that are coming to me right now. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm trying
you're
to
good.
think. I'm like, okay, I'm a year down the road.
Yeah.
What did we do?
How do you know you're getting regular feedback from customers around quality and the value they're receiving?
I don't know.
Yeah? Okay, well, you've got a manager. What about if the manager's sick? How do you know?
Employees.
Yeah?
They would do the job there, I guess.
Okay. So, staying in that future, tell me, how did you get the manager and the employees to look at it that way and bring the same level of diligence and care to quality?
Train them on what we have already implemented, what we know works, what we believe in, and what is like, it's there.
Yes. So you created a platform and a training so that everyone is doing this. I think you're onto something now. Okay. So in addition to managing quality, what else is driving people from the competition to your business?
What we offer, like we offer air fresheners that are really cute with, you know, state of Texas, you know, with our logo. We offer poker chips that are good for a free top wash Monday through Thursday. So people love those. People are even asking for poker chips. We're like, it doesn't work that way, you know? Like we give those out at different times. And our towel program, people love that.
Okay, so did I understand you correctly that you are doing some things the other competitor is not, and then the game you're playing with the poker chips has them want to come?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
They
So you've
like-
already got that in place.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But a year down the road,
Yeah, what
it's
do you
going to be
see?
even, we're hoping that these things just catch on and people like these things.
Okay.
And they're just a part of what the local wash can offer.
Okay. And as business owner, what are you watching that has you know this is working?
Our numbers don't lie, so when we keep track of our poker chips, we see that people, like, we're giving them out, people are using them.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're watching who's actually coming back. So we're counting returning customers as a way to measure this.
Yes.
Training plan for the employees that ensures quality. And now we're going to track repeat customers through the chips. Good idea. Let's find one more way to watch this. What else do you need to watch as the business owner, or what else are you watching in this future that gives you sight? And that particular thing you're watching is an indicator that the competitor is losing out to you and people are coming to your car wash instead of theirs.
We're watching for opportunities to plug ourselves into communities or families or schools or churches that it's like we're one and the same, so we can, as a business, come together with the school, help if there's a need, little things. I mean, we're a car wash, so we can't navigate too far off, but because we're in a community that is about community, we're able to plug in.
So what I just heard was you're watching what's happening in the community and you're making plans to stay connected with the community, and that's something that you're doing consistently.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And if I were sitting down with you a year from now with you and your husband, what would I see you looking at that helped you manage your events in the community?
Events in the community, what would I see looking at? I don't know. What would I see? Like, what do you mean? Where I'm finding those opportunities, or
how are you managing that you're involved in the community on a regular basis?
I would say the feedback not the feedback there. I would say, are we doing enough events? Are we putting on enough fundraisers? Are we doing enough donations? Or for the baseball team or the football team, cheerleading. So
I'm hearing a couple of things. I'm hearing that you're watching your contributions, which sounds like a number that you've decided on, and you're watching number of events. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So you're watching number of events, you're watching your contribution dollars, and you've got a training platform for your manager and your employees to manage quality, and you're counting repeat and keeping track of that statistic, correct? Okay, stay there in that future.
I am.
What we were doing just now is discovering possibilities. She's standing in a vision, and what can she see from that place? This is how a coach shifts someone from looking at a situation as if it's a problem to looking at a situation from the point of view that it's already resolved. And that's why this is called a vision model. I also was dancing in between stage 2 and stage 3 because we were already designing actions and coming up with the plan. And now what I want to do is kind of start to wrap this conversation up, and it's called recap and removing barriers. So let's figure out where we are so far. What have you gotten from this conversation?
Am I in the year? Am I still?
No, talk to me. I'm
okay.
going to take you back there in a minute.
Okay, what I've gotten right now is to look at that perspective,
Okay.
and be okay with that and not knowing, because how can you know, know? But also to pay attention to those things that I might not be. Like, I don't know, I feel like there are holes.
Yes.
In talking to you, like my heart wants to say more, but my mind is like, wait, I don't know quite. I'm not sure. So I think filling those in, I'm getting that. Like, our foundation right now is still like this.
You just became aware of something your business needs. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and what are you now aware of?
I'm aware that it can't just be a, talking game. You can't just be like, oh yeah, we're engaged in the community and event. It needs to actually be like what we're watching and like what we can see.
Yes. And what happens if you don't have like your top 3 things? What do you think would happen if you don't know what to watch?
I don't think you'll be successful
Why?
because you don't have all the right tools.
Okay, let's go a little deeper. I'm taking you back to the vision,
Okay.
all right? Over 300,000.
Yeah.
You have nailed your participation in the community. You have your number for how you're contributing. You know what events to attend. You have trained staff and a manager. You can walk away from the business and know that it's working, that standards of quality. You're keeping track of repeat customers and playing the game of bringing them back, and you know what your numbers are there. They're getting better month over month. And as you watch all of that and you keep your attention there, what is it you're not paying attention to? Because it just doesn't matter that much.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of that one.
Stay in the future.
Yeah.
You got your eye on these 3. You nailed these as your top 3 things to watch. So what does that mean you just aren't going to pay attention to?
Hopefully nothing. I mean, we need to pay attention to the business as a whole, but if there has to be one thing.
There has to be at least 3 or 4 things.
Oh, that we're not going to pay attention to?
Yeah, because we just came up with a strategy. And every good strategy tells you what not to do.
Yeah.
All right, so think about what you won't be doing since you're managing quality, trained staff, watching repeat customers, involvement in the community. That's your strategy. Those are your legs of your chair. That's what's going to hold up your business. What isn't your strategy, or what does that mean you won't be doing?
Because I don't know it, I guess.
Well, what would your other options be if that wasn't your strategy?
I don't know. I'm confused a little.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to take you back to the vision.
Okay.
Well over 300,000. You and your husband can step away. You know what to watch in your business. Trained staff, involvement in the community. You're contributing. High quality. Repeat. Just it keeps growing. Customers coming back. You've got your formula. What do you know not to do now that you've got your formula? You don't have to do what?
Easy, simple, what comes to my mind first is, I mean, personally, I don't have to be there every day.
Yep.
'Cause
What
I have-
else? So you're not there, you're not going to use, a lot of business owners do that. Restaurant owners, for example, their strategy is to be there all the time. That's not your strategy. Very good.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
not ours. I guess we wouldn't be as hands-on with the customers, but it would still be a big part of what our
Yes. Yeah.
people do.
Yeah. So you're not necessarily in the day-to-day delivering of the thing. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, like day-to-day operations, just things that could happen or go wrong or things that are great.
And for a lot of business owners, that is their strategy. So that's not yours. Give me one more. What does your competition do that you're not going to be doing?
We are not just going to be hiring like riffraff.
Okay.
You know, we're going to, like the people that we hire, it's harder because of where we're at, but they're good kids or they're great adult, you know.
So your strategy is not just warm bodies for the least amount of money at minimum wage. That's not your strategy. Your strategy is high quality, talented employees who will deliver on that,
Yes.
right? Might cost a little more, might be a little harder to find, but that's your strategy. So your strategy isn't, and it is sometimes just warm bodies who can move pieces, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that is a business strategy.
That's definitely the other one. Well,
Yeah.
It's employee run,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So you better have people who are willing to embrace what you value.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're doing great. So when we look at your strategy, okay, what's one thing you could anticipate might stop you from staying on strategy? What could just, okay, you're an entrepreneur, shiny object. What could grab your attention that you really need to not do, right? Because it will take you away from this strategy.
I would say just stay, focused. I heard if you focus on your business for 7 years,
Yes.
and you're good to your business for 7 years, it'll be good to you. So I'm hoping, that if I just don't flip the script and leave all that behind, that we implement it and it's like a lasting thing, an effective thing.
So one of the things you're not going to do is be inconsistent. Is that right?
Yeah,
and
like
start something else?
Yeah, or like we'll never just change our mind, like, oh,
Okay.
we'll just use shitty chemicals because it's cheaper.
Gotcha.
Like that won't happen.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. What about your own growth and development? You're there. You have put this amazing staff together. They're trained. Everyone's focused on quality, customer service. People feel seen. They come back. You're watching the right things. From this place, tell me, what did you personally learn from this?
That it just takes time and being strategic with everything.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
your everything, your finances, your working capital, your uniforms,
Yes.
your look, absolutely everything.
Okay, so you learned that it takes time. And what did you have to learn about you to get that?
That I need to just calm down. And
Oh, really?
Patience is required. It is a virtue, and
Okay.
that I have to, if I like it or not, just
Okay.
be.
Yeah, what I just heard is you're really committed to developing and using patience in this process.
I've had no choice, yeah.
Yeah, you do have a choice.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Well, I guess I could not do it, and it wouldn't turn out as good as I want it to.
Okay. So you really see that you've learned patience.
Still have, stuff to go with that, but yes.
You're not done yet, but you're growing and
Yeah.
you've learned patience.
Yeah, and mentally I can tell. Like, I'm not like, okay. It's
All right. All right.
maybe by Friday we'll get there.
Look at
We'll
the
get there.
future you. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. How are you feeling right now?
Good. I feel good.
Yeah?
I feel stable in where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel great about the knowledge that I'm getting because
Okay.
it is how I think anyway. It's helping
Yeah.
me just
Yes.
even just sitting here filling those gaps that I've
Okay.
had in my own mind.
So what you wanted was some kind of tool that would create some perspective that you could use with your husband. And you wanted that feeling. What was the feeling again?
Like it bears witness in my soul.
And how are you feeling right now?
I feel that you say things to just unlock, like you just unlock. You're an unlocker. Like, there's something about you. Like you have a gift in that. Is taking people from an area where they don't know
Yes.
and they're scared.
Yes.
And they just can't even. Their mind can't go there.
Yes.
To then now I'm able to.
Okay, so
Practice.
how's your soul right now? Is it unlocked?
It feels open and
Okay.
it feels like I'm getting fed.
Will you let me know how it goes?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
will?
you'll be.
Okay. And I have one more request.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go back to your husband and kind of map out a one page on this strategy?
Mm-hmm.
Just your thoughts around how to stay on this strategy. Mm-hmm. You would? And would you
Yes.
share that with me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I will totally.
All right. And will you email it to me maybe?
Yeah.
All right. I look forward to that.
I will do that. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Hey.
You really don't know it's done until you ask the person you're coaching. What I was working with her on is removing any potential barriers. You know, it's Monday morning. What's the likelihood you're going to do this? Might be a barrier question. And then just recapping. And at the very end, I threw in some accountability. What are you going to do? By when? And how will you let me know? So that's an example of a coaching conversation. There are many different models. This is one of my more favorite ones, simple ones. We actually teach this in our Coaching Skills for Leaders program if you're ever interested in learning more. Thank you.